Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Grant. Love doing that all the time. Thank you so much, guys and gals, for joining me today on another episode of this podcast. And before I get into it, I want to start off with something that's really important to me. And I just want you to know, because I'm really feeling like I need to say this. So I'm just going to say it like this. There's going to be people in your life, people you come across, people you come into contact with that will not understand why you want to act, why you want to do what you want to do. There's going to be times where you'll doubt yourself. You'll wonder if there's anything that's going to come of this. Are you wasting your time? Maybe you should have listened to so-and-so and what they were telling you beforehand. All of that is going to happen because that's the nature of this business. But, and this is a huge ask, if you can stick with your passion and you can stay loyal to what your heart is telling you, I guarantee you there is light on the other side. You see, because the problem is, unless somebody has the same dream in their heart, they can't understand what it is you're seeking to do every single day of your life, right? They just can't. You know, somebody who was born to be a doctor or a lawyer and that's really passionate about medicine oftentimes won't be able to understand why you want to be a performer, why you want to decide that you're not going to take the conventional route in life. They just don't get it. You know, I used to fight all the time with my mom because, you know, I went to college, I went to school, I did really well towards the end of school. Not so much at the beginning, but I found my trekking because I really enjoyed psychology and I really wanted to pursue that. And that was really cool for me. But at the same time, it wasn't in my blood. It wasn't in my DNA to pursue something that was going to just be kind of day to day. You know, what you find with most jobs and the job market is it's pure slavery. It's slavery, you know? So it's funny when people decide they're going to criticize actors for working for $50 or $100 a day for doing what they love. And then they're completely mum and quiet when it comes to, you know, somebody going and doing backbreaking hard labor for $50. You know, what's the difference? I want to know what the difference is, because there is no difference. One person chooses to do what they love. The other person chooses to do what they have to do. But they're both making the same. Why not be happy in doing it? You know? So I just want you to know that stay with it. Stay vigilant. I sent out a newsletter this morning, and that was my biggest thing, is stay vigilant, because if you allow it to be this way, you'll find yourself living the dreams and living the insecurities of everyone else when you don't have the courage to follow what your heart is telling you. Okay? I'm going to say that again. If you're not vigilant, if you don't stay vigilant and you don't follow what your heart is telling you, you're going to wind up living out the insecurities of the people around you, of everyone else, because you didn't have the courage to go after it. I'm telling you, go after it. It's worth it. Even if you lose everybody in your life, if it's in your heart, you got to stay with it. There's nothing you can explain. People can only feel this, and then they can't feel it. Okay? So wherever you're at, wherever you're up against, keep striving for it, man. Keep going for it. Keep one day at a time. Do what you got to do. Everything will work out. I promise you. It will work out for you. All right. On a more serious note, let's get into the topic today. Getting inside the casting director's head. Ooh, funny. Now, at first glance, this kind of seems like, I'm going to do some voodoo because, I am from New Orleans. So I'm going to do some voodoo and I'm going to get inside the casting director's head. No, that's not what I mean, although that would be really cool. And that's a great concept for a movie script. But anyway, when I say get inside the casting director's head, what I mean is do your research, right? Do your research as to who this person is. Not only that, understand, look up certain stuff to see if you can find out what they're looking for, right? And if it's one of those casting directors that's kind of like Batman where you can't find absolutely anything on them because they want to be inconspicuous, then that's fine as well. But I'll tell you this. Every every casting director is looking for an actor to fill the role. They're looking for somebody who is true to themselves, somebody who has mastered the art of their craft and the art of auditioning, right? So remember that. You got to master that art. And someone who has the energy to make great choices and has the energy to be someone that everybody would like to work with, okay? Those are the things that all casting directors are looking for. And if they're not, chances are there's some hanky-panky going on behind the scenes as far as like why they're not choosing off those elements alone, okay? Or it could be the case where a director or producer just comes in right over their head and basically says, I'm casting this person no matter what you say. You have no control over that, so don't even worry about it. But when you do what you need to do and you take care of your business and you're auditioning at a high level and you're on top of everything happening within that casting room, you're going to succeed. And you're going to be able to get inside. I mean, you're going to feel what it is they're looking for. And a lot of times, if you follow that method, if you follow that blueprint that I just shared with you, what's going to happen is you will, they will start to tune into what you're doing. And you will be sort of leading the way, so to speak, and it just becomes something that needs to happen in order for us to succeed, especially when it comes to auditioning, booking the role, and then moving on from there. So this is pretty much about auditioning. But when you decide that you want to get into their head, take a minute. You walk into that audition room, don't ever feel rushed. Don't ever feel like, somebody is trying to just move you out so the next person can get in. Take your time, take a few deep breaths. If you're not ready, just say, I need a second. Can I get a moment real fast? Take that moment, center yourself, get grounded, tap into what you need to tap into, and then it's all systems go. A lot of times for us as actors, as performers, actresses, and all alike, we always kind of get into this point where we want to wow these people. We want to be, something that they've never seen before. And we move into this energy of desperation where we need this role. We have to have this role. This has to be the thing that's going to take us to the next level. Well, what happens if we flip that around, right? What happens if we say, you know what? It's not even about that. It's about me being in charge of me bringing my dynamic talents and gifts to the table and understanding that as soon as I say thank you so much for the opportunity, I've done everything I needed to suffice for booking that role. And then I can walk out and forget it completely. Not even have to worry about it. I always know I've had a great audition by the energy I feel when I walk out of the place, you know? And so that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be, because when you're coming from that place, that's exactly what you're doing, is getting inside the casting director's head. You're giving them what they want. You're giving them what they desire. You're giving them what they expect, you know? But it takes discipline. It takes passion. It takes insight. It takes the opportunity, or better yet, the choice to decide every day that you're going to do what it takes to excel. I can't state this enough, and I've gotten so passionate about it because I know it's huge, and I know it can help so many people, especially when you feel like you hadn't booked in a while. Chances are you got to change things up some. Chances are you gotta move in a different direction. And so by doing that, we open ourselves to a whole new world. We open ourselves to a whole new world. So before I let you go, getting inside the casting director's head, all it is being prepared, you know, being prepared, knowing what they desire out of you. And I've read multiple books on what casting directors expect. You know, when you buy those books and they'll question like this casting director and some of the biggest names in Hollywood, they'll tell you like they're looking for a certain thing in it, but it all gets back to that one certain thing. And that is truthfully being your authentic self within the role and having command of it and mastering your craft. If you can do that, and it's not that hard when you begin to develop a passion for it and you're working on it every single day. But when you can do that, you can book unlimitedly, like on so many different levels. I think about for the last, and this is something I'm really proud of, I just thought about it today. I think about it for the last 11 years that I've been acting, which is 2007. I got into it. And how every single year I booked a film, a commercial, a television show, online media, industrials, web series, whatever it is. Every single year from that point, I've been able to book stuff. And that's for 11 years straight. And it gets back to having that concept of what it is that casting is looking for, of what it is that casting wants you to bring forth. That is how you get inside their head. And it's all connected to being yourself, preparing, bringing forth that energy, and understanding that you have command over this role. You're a professional. You're the best. That's why you're here. You wouldn't be in the room if you weren't. So take all that to heart and put your best foot forward. And once again, stay vigilant, guys. Stay vigilant. If you're not booking yet, your day is coming. Your day is coming. It'll be here before you know it. And you just got to realize that if it feels right in your heart, then you're on the right path. Thanks so much for joining me. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. We will talk soon. Have a wonderful Thursday, ladies and gents. Take care.